So like I was saying, so after you know what I mean, like, why use the supercell when you have like the Suros regime and all that goodness, even though I think the supercell is actually better now. Yeah, so this is all I'm trying to get at, why Mida is not overpowered. So you have Mida multi-tool, right? 4 tap, yeah, 4 headshots equals a kill, right? And in year 1, in house, and especially in House Wolves, that was slow as hell. Why use 4 headshots when I can just 2 tap someone? Right, so people get word, hey, Mida's coming back. Everyone's like enthusiastic. Like I love the scout rifle, dude. I use it all the time, especially in PvE. So what I'm trying to get at is something that's overused doesn't necessarily mean it's overpowered. I mean, in the current meta, yes, I guess you can say Mida multi-tool is overpowered, but not really. It hasn't been changed at all since the since year 1, except they removed the hidden high caliber rounds now. Thanks, PvPers. Anyways, and this is all I'm all trying to loop back into the whole entire little mini rant about Crucible and stuff. So basically, like, these are how all my matches go down. If I don't use X, Y, and Z, I'm going to be at a disadvantage because someone else is using X, Y, and Z. And look, I'm going to be honest, there's really no way you can kind of balance the game because, like, you know, you have all these different perk options and whatever. But I kind of find it interesting how, like, for instance, Party Crasher, very, very popular shotgun in year 1. You know what I mean? Insane base range, insane impact, right? You're gonna one-shot a lot of people. They, you know what I mean? They keep nerfing the range and all that stuff, but then they keep bringing back the problematic shotguns. Okay, you know what? I just lost my train of thought. Well, let's just talk about let's just ramble now. Let's go on a little ramble rant. Right now, I'm gonna be talking about shotguns. Jesus Christ, man. I honestly, I hate the way I talk, man. If I don't have like a list in front of me, I cannot speak proper English. I was talking about how people complaining about Crucible, and now I'm talking about fucking shotguns. So my problem that I have with Bungie currently is the shotguns. Shotguns, I love shotguns. They're fun, they're good and all, but in Crucible they are so goddamn annoying. And see, what makes them so deadly is 2 factors: 1, the range, and 2, mobility. I guess 3 is also the impact or whatever. But what I'm trying to get at is that no matter how much you nerf the range, people still have great mobility. You don't even have to use blink. If you just have, like, you can tighten skate, you can do, there's a lot more mobility options than blink now. You know what I mean? So like I said, closing the distance between you and another person, it's not that hard. Like, opposed to other games where, like, wait, why is the circle so small? What? Look how small the circle is. I'm gonna kill myself. God damn it. Like I was saying, what was the modifier? I don't even know. Fuck, I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, shotguns. Yeah, so like closing the gaps between you and another person, it's fairly easy. Oh, it's arc burn, that's what it was. Okay. Is this arc or is this void? No. So like I was saying, basically closing the gap is, god damn it, I moved my supercell off this character. I don't need supercell. Supercells are for wusses. I keep getting off track, damn it. So closing distance is very easy, right? Now see, what I feel like the problem is with shotguns are the certain archetype, the high impact, high range ones, like for instance Party Crasher, Conspiracy Theory, Mad Door, all that, you know what I mean? You know, the standard Crucible shotguns, right? And I feel like the way I personally thought would be better would be if the higher the impact, the lower the range that is, like, or kind of like a blunderbuss, like if you ever play like Black Ops 3, like, you know, that blunderbuss weapon, or just like an actual blunderbuss in real life. You know what I mean? So sure, you can one-shot somebody, or if they're in a suit, you can take off like a big chunk of their health, but you just, you know what I mean? You have to be like really, really, really close. You know what I mean? But you're like, oh wait, but you just talked about closing the gap. Yeah, I know. But I'm talking about, like, have that range, like, really reduced. I'm talking about, like, butt sniffing range, man. I'm not saying that's gonna solve the problem. Who knows? Maybe it might even make it worse. But I feel like, you know what I mean? The higher the impact, you know what I mean? The lower the range that should be. Because think about this shotgun right here I'm using. It has piss poor range. and I don't have a conspiracy theory. Well, I don't have a conspiracy theory on me, but this shotgun, and literally almost like literally every other year 2 shotgun except for like conspiracy theory and a few others have completely shit range, and they're not even the high impact variety, right? So that's why you barely see them in Crucible. And like, and then Bungie's over there wondering, hey, why is everyone else using Party Crasher and conspiracy theory? Well, think about it. Their base range outclasses every other shotgun in the game, and in Crucible all you really need is 1 shot. Like, that's why you don't see people using the lower impact ones, because you need to 2-tap somebody. Why 2-tap them when you can just 1-tap them, right? So I mean, there's that problem, right? And then secondly, I feel like the year 1 weapons, they're just so good that when they, like, I was shocked to see, really, I was shocked to see, I think it was like my first match of Crucible, I got a year 2 Party Crasher. And what made me mad the most is that it's like weapons like those, Conspiracy Theory and Matador, got the perk shot package removed. And if you don't know what shot package was, basically, it's like when you aim in, it groups together the your buckshot rounds or whatever together, so it's a tighter. It's not as wide as the spread, basically what I'm saying. So like more pellets will hit heads or whatever. Really phenomenal perk in PvE and in PvP. Okay, and because of those archetype weapons, instead of rethinking that archetype, they just completely removed the perk. You know what I mean? You can no longer get shot package now, which sucks because this is a really good perk. What else? I'm going to another. Yeah, this is just a rambling mess. Don't listen to me, or maybe listen to me if you want to. Who cares? Not here to make you do shit. Another big issue I have about this game is how PvP just dominates and controls how PvE works. Perfect examples: auto rifles. Remember when auto rifles were overpowered, like Surf Regime or whatever? I'm not gonna lie, they were overpowered, and a lot of people used them in PvE too, but let's be honest, the main reason why they were nerfed into Oblivion is because everyone's complaining about them in PvP, right? So now since the auto rifles are nerfed into Oblivion, what got buffed up? Hand cannons. And because hand cannons got buffed up, they were amazing in PvE and in PvP. People complained about them, and they were nerfed into Oblivion. And then you ever try to use a hand cannon at the beginning of Taken King? It was impossible. You had ghost bullets, fucking horrible ammo economy. You would run out of bullets like within 5 minutes. Really bad, right? So I hope you see the cycle I'm getting at. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people use weapons in PvP, people complain about those weapons. The nerf hits everybody, you know what I mean? When they took away shot package, it wasn't just in Crucible, it was on all shotguns. And okay, I understand that you can't just remove a perk on a weapon in one type and then, like, you know what I mean, keep it in another type. That makes sense, right? But there's some things that they could have, you know what I mean, not done. For instance, Twilight, Twilight Garrison falls in the same boat because it's, I don't know, which still confuses me. I don't know why they nerfed that, man. I've never run into someone who spammed it like they quote-unquote said they did. But for instance, they have demonstrated the power to separate PvE and PvP before. Like, for instance, the current, not the April update, but the one where they buffed up the supers, they buffed up the super damage in PvE and not in PvP. Or maybe they did in PvP, I'm not sure. But another prime example was a long time ago, like I think near the beginning of House of Wolves, they upped the damage of shotguns by 100% in PvE, and they reduced the range in PvP. I really wish there were more, like, you know what I mean, like, oh, I might die. I really wish there were more, like, patches like that where, like, you can change one thing but not punish, you know what I mean, the other players. Like, for instance, Warframe, there's that Beaver Gate was a thing, right, where there's this planet called Beaver on Eris, and people, you know what I mean, kept farming using certain frames or whatever, and DE was like, hey, we don't want you to do that. You're spamming a bill, you know what I mean, you're getting a lot of stuff, we don't want you to do that, so we're just gonna nerf everything, right? And basically, same principle. The players who, you know what I mean, were casual, didn't want to, like, you know what I mean, they didn't really go to Beaver to get all that syndicate reputation. They're like, hey, that's not fair to us, because we don't, only a certain minority uses those tactics, and we're getting punished for it. Now, I mean, I know it's kind of a weird example, because as Crucible players are not a minority. It's like 50-50 maybe on Crucible to PvPers to PvEers. But it still kind of sucks how, like, For instance, Mountain Multi-Tool, perfect example. People complained about it in Crucible. They took away high caliber rounds, and sure, that does affect Crucible a little bit, but it hurts PvE a lot because what I rely on my Mida to do, I relied on its hidden perk to stun people or to stun my enemies while I was like, you know what I mean, trying to save or something, right? I can't do that anymore. So I guess that's the end of a rant. Yeah, this was a rant. I'm gonna call this a rant. It's just fucking fumbling words and shit. I should write out a list, but I don't.
Need you back in airlock.
We'll talk about something fun now.